The great John Newton is the one who wrote the hymn Amazing Grace. He was a slave trader, and he was a bad man. He was not a good person. He did bad things. He transported slaves to their slave masters. They didn't care about the condition of slaves, and he was a bad person. And he met Jesus one day, became a Christian, a new person. Something happened in his life, so much so that he was able to pen the words of that hymn, Amazing Grace. How sweet the sound that saved a wretch like me. I once was lost, but now I'm found. I was blind, but now I see. He didn't write a song that said, Amazing Grace. What happened to me is I started to pick myself up. I was a bad person, but I changed, man. I started to do things right. I started to give an extra piece of bread to my slaves. And I did this and I did that, and now I know that I'm going to be acceptable to God and Him. He didn't write a song. Who could write a song like that? The only song you can write is that I was lost. I was blind. I had nothing to offer Him at all. And in His incredible mercy, He stepped into my life, and I am a different human being. John Newton, he had words of a scripture printed and put up in his study. It's from Deuteronomy. It says this, remember that you were slaves in Egypt, and the Lord your God redeemed you. Took a verse that represented to himself what's happened in his life, and it says remember. He had this thing in his study. Remember, John, you were once a slave. You had no rights. You were under this burden of performance. Remember that you were a slave, but God redeemed you. Never forget it. Never slip back into that way of life or that way of thinking. Don't let it into your mental space. Live in the freedom and the wonder that God has made you to be a son or a daughter of the living God.